Breakfast News lasted 11 years and introduced us to some familiar faces, like Bill Turnbull as a rakish young reporter. But by the year 2000, it was time for a change.
Hello and welcome to Breakfast from BBC News with Sophie Rayworth and Jeremy Bowen.
We look quite awake.
On Monday, the 2nd of October.
Good morning, welcome to our brand new programme.
The headlines this morning.
It was a massive shift. It was fun though, I'd forgotten. It's funny watching it now, realising how much fun we were allowed to have. There was this sort of licence. We were sitting there with our coffee cups, and not there, but earlier on, and we were suddenly allowed to have cups on the table. We couldn't believe our luck.
There were, of course, still big decisions to make. Sofa or desk? Sofa, desk.
In the end, the new programme has both. So, after 25 years, much has changed. But the programme remains a mix of news, fun, and a friendly face in the morning.
Different faces, different names, but it always had that unusual blend of news and features. But you always knew what was going on in the world, and when this programme first started, you even knew what was going to happen to you that day.
But that's because we had horoscopes. Do you remember the horoscopes?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
As a little boy. The inimitable Russell Grant was there on day one, and we can talk to him now. He's in his home in North Wales. There he is, Russell. Hello.
Hello, Selina.
Well,
hello,
don't you
Chris.
look good? What are you up to?
Well, you're looking good too. I've just caught sight of you.
Oh, my
on the
goodness.
telly. You're looking fantastic. You've not changed.
Neither of you. Are you still...
She hates all that.
Are
You have not changed. You're still
Neither
bashful,
have you. You've still
darling.
got your hair, curly hair on top of your head. What...
Still got really- And for you nostalgia freaks, look. For you nostalgia freaks, I've found a breakfast time thing.
That's a bonus
and a
that your hair's on your
champagne
head,
glass.
Russell. How
Hey?
how did you get involved in this programme? Because the thought of horoscopes first thing in the morning...
Well, it was a lovely man, Lino Ferrari. Dear Lino, sadly no longer with us, but sending lots of love to him up there. And no doubt he's looking down on us. I got a call from Lino Ferrari, and he then reported back to Ron Neal. They'd seen me on a tape that had been playing down on TVS, which was the Southern ITV network, or the regional station. And basically, I came on to do the Weekly Stars, which I used to do from Southampton, and Ron Neal said in his Aberdonian way, and I shan't use the right language, but he said, who the is that? And Lino said, it's Russell Grant. He said, I want him on, get him on. And so that's how I got it. I got it simply because fortune smiled on me, and there was a tape wandering around the BBC from Southampton, from TVS, and I got the job.
But, Russell, we must have a horoscope from you today. You must tell us what you think our stars hold for us. Well, Chris's stars hold for him.
I'm a Pisces.
What's the star
Yes, well, I've
for
got
him?
you all sorted. Look,
Have you?
more nostalgia.
Hey!
The original book. The original book. Do you know what is quite amazing? We used to have Starlets of the Day, didn't we, Selina? Which was the people's birthdays and things. Do you know, since they've been trailing it on breakfast time, that we'll be back, people have actually now, this is the difference in 25 years, they have been sending emails to my website saying, are you coming on Thursday to do the stars? If so, could you mention it's my birthday? We've had 50 like that come through the website. So let's go through 3 starlets: Jeff Barnes, Potters Bar, Middlesex; Mark Chadwick, Lancashire; and just up the road, Linda Horwood from Preseli. Happy birthday. Now, Aries, a year for career opportunities. Your destiny calls you. Taurus, look beyond your home patch for success and happiness. Go global. Gemini, things have been
Mike Smith's
scary in your
Taurus.
relationships. It's make your mind up year. Cancer, love and marriage or a permanent partnership commitment strikes in your stars this year. Leo, a top-to-toe health checkup or a new job is just the break and the buzz you need. Virgo, follow your heart towards your personal bliss. A year to do right by you. Libra, being in the right place to live your life augurs changes at home. Scorpio, social networking and spreading your ideas will bring a new, relaxing but refreshing lifestyle. Sagittarius, money shines in your stars, but invest in your mind to make big bucks. Capricorn, you are totally starstruck. You're my sign of the year. Exploit and explore your personal potential this year for awesome success. Aquarius, good vibrations promise a year of spiritual contentment, enlightenment and self-discovery. And here's one for you, Chris, Pisces. You continue your personal revolution this year and are crying out for excitement, recognition and a more stimulating life. Your future starts now.
Wow, Russell,
There
thank
you
you
go.
very much. I think I've started in the right way.
Haven't
Sitting
you?
alongside Selina Scott.
Oh, my goodness. And look what we've got as well. We've got Francis is here. Oh, after all these years, 25.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God. But you introduced a whole vocabulary to the art of weather forecasting. You know, it was fluffy bits to begin with, wasn't it? Look at it.
Fluffy bits on these cameras. Oh, can you
that
see
was a
that?
perfect cue.
Absolutely brilliant.
We had a competition for knitting jumpers for me because I was the one that stood up and did the weather. So standing up, I could display my sartorial elegance. So all the viewers sent in their goes at it. And this was one of the best ones that I've kept all these years.
I was going to say, it was pretty primitive in the first days. I mean, I've been listening about the stories, tapping in the corner away on a computer, reading various things in corridors.
The good thing about breakfast television is it's on so early, so you can travel wherever you like without any hindrance. So I had to dive into Imperial College, which is behind the Albert Hall, go into their computer room. In those days, computers took up whole rooms, were air-conditioned, to get some image processing, to get satellite stuff, to get back here, to get it on air, to look at it, to get the toilet rolls of data that I got from the Met Office, to look at all them. But you could do all that. You try doing that at 9 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't be able to do it around London. So yeah, it was
He was
primitive.
such a hero of mine, though, because he was always here before I was here. And he worked for 5 days a week. He wasn't allowed one day off. I don't think you ever slept,
I
did
kept
you?
saying to Ron Neal, who used to run the place, that the way to keep the viewers watching is to have the same people on 5 days a week, because they build a bond. But then you said, no, I've got to have this day off.
And you used to do, and if I remember correctly, you were probably the first person to stand in front of a big screen with graphics and all that sort of thing as well.
Oh, it's all his, yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a producer assigned to me when we started, and he was a young graduate called Mark Thompson, and he was the weather producer, and so he helped me out quite a lot. And you know what he's doing now?
No.
He runs the BBC as your boss.
Oh, yes, that man. and Lenny Henry did an impersonation of you at one stage. There were so many people trying to interrupt your weather.
Yeah,
Yes, there was,
he
wasn't
wanted to
there?
describe the weather in more sort of visual ways, so that was Lenny's take on it.
Look at that. Fantastic stuff. Francis, thank you very much. Now, you had Francis. We have Helen, and we send them out in all sorts of weather. Poor old Helen. At least it's not raining, hey?
No, not today at least, Chris. I was going to say, how would Francis cope standing out here every morning in every element that they can throw at us? Well, at least those things up in the sky can throw at us. One thing, of course, that Francis will probably agree with that hasn't changed in 25 years is the fickleness of the British weather. Fortunately, the thermals are far better nowadays. Anyway, we have still got some warnings out for snow across parts of Scotland this morning, snow over the hills, so the usual problems that we get in winter. Heavy rain rushing through from many parts, not the south, that comes later in the day. Relatively mild day, so that's not a problem at least, but there will be some heavy showers running across Northern Ireland, England and Wales this afternoon, brisk winds as well. And would you believe it, after a quieter start to the night, we've got more rain and wind to come to end the week, and unfortunately it looks set to continue for the weekend, so stay tuned, we'll have plenty more through the day and tomorrow morning. Back to you two, Selina and Chris. I'll hand you back. I'm going to go and get warm if you don't mind.
Yeah, I bet you. I never thought someone would say that. Back to Chris and Selina.
Well, yes, Chris and Selina, Francis and Mike and Sue, we're all here.
Just like the old time.
Yes, and do you know something? 1983, no one had really heard about aerobics.
No.
Remember the word aerobics? Only people who went to the gym were boxers and leg warmers, were only worn by the kids from Fame. But all that was about to change,
It
wasn't
certainly was. Lycra was about to hit our screens, but no ordinary Lycra. This was green, and the woman wearing it was a goddess. It was, of course, Diana Moran, and I caught up with her at her home, and I can tell you, she still looks fantastic.
Come on, Britain, wake up, shape up, and stretch up. Let's get Britain fit.
Now, you are probably one of the icons of breakfast TV, the Green Goddess. I am absolutely fascinated. I desperately want to know how it all came about.
Much to my amazement, one Sunday, there was a telephone call and somebody said, we'd be interested for you to join breakfast time. They said to me, don't worry, we only need you on a Sunday. We're going to record 5 little inserts of you taking a Keep Fit session, feed it into the programme every week.
Would you like to come forward towards me as well?
And then they said to me just beforehand, oh, it would be really good to have you live on the first programme, Waterloo Station. Now that would be fun.
And stretch.
I never, ever recorded anything in a studio after that.
You did this fitness in some weird and wonderful places. What was your favourite?
Well, I suppose one of the favourites has to be on board a Royal Naval ship, HMS Brazen.